All right, y'all, let's get into this story. It's making a lot of drama, a lot of headlines. Hulvey announces Alter Remix is going to feature Ciara. The comments are like 50-50. I went through the comments, not all of them, but I spent like an hour and a half, which is way too much time, by the way, going through the comments. And it's like 50-50. You have half the people who think that Hulvey is a sellout, that he's lukewarm, that he's conforming to the world, that he's, compromised. And then you have the other half that think that this is like the greatest thing that he could have done. He's going to reach a new audience. It's going to be a new opportunity, and that Christians are too judgmental. And then you have Hulvey. He posted this video pretty much explaining, I'm sorry, you can't see it, pretty much explaining his thought process of why he chose Ciara to be on the remix. And he was saying that he wanted to give her a platform to essentially share her love of Jesus however she wanted to, with no boundaries. And then he also went on to say that, Ciara has been such a great inspiration for so many years, and she's been so impactful to the culture. So how could he not have her on the song? So all that kind of stuff, right? Now, I've never been a fanboy like that, like ever in my life. I've like over anybody. There's nobody that I could really think of that I'm like really truly like fanning out over, somebody who I like really would love to meet or would just listen to all their songs, stream all their music, watch all their movies. Like I don't have anybody like that. I just don't. It's just Jesus, really. Like, so I don't really understand why people get so upset when these type of things happen. Because just if we zoom all the way out, Hulvey is a rapper, right? He's a rapper. He's not a pastor. He's not a preacher. He's not an elder, a deacon. He's a rapper. He's signed to a record label, co-founded by Lecrae. Record labels need to make money. It's a business. They're in the music industry. The industry is music. You got to make money to stay in the industry, right? Hulvey has a hit, Alter, huge hit, extremely successful. From a business standpoint, and I'm not saying like it's okay, it's not okay. I'm just sheerly talking from a business standpoint. My brain works a little bit differently. From a business standpoint, you got to strike while the iron is hot. It's hot. This song is hot. And they're trying to take this song that is already hot and they're trying to take it to a whole nother dimension. So what do you do? What do you do from a marketing standpoint? How do you make a song that's already big even bigger? Well, number one, you got to create a solid marketing plan. And whether you like it or not, controversy, it generates attention. And by him announcing this feature, it created a little bit of controversy within Christian circles. So that's one aspect from a marketing standpoint. Number two is the fact that Ciara, she says that she's a Christian. I'm not God. None of us are God. There's only one God. None of us know her heart, right? We don't know what's going on in her heart. We have no idea. But she says that she's a Christian. Just from looking at it, I mean, Ciara, I remember being in elementary school, and Ciara was tempting me in elementary school with her music videos, and that really hasn't stopped. But she says she's a Christian, right? She also has 35 million followers on Instagram alone. Even if a small percentage of those followers listen to the song, a small percent of 35 million is a ton of people. They're trying to get this song to the next level to really make this a mainstream hit at the next level. And I think it's interesting because they're kind of saying, well, not kind of. Hulvey has already said this. He said that he hopes that this song reaches the hearts of people who are broken, the people that desire God in their life, but just don't know how to get there. So, I mean, it's clear that their mission is to not necessarily edify Christians with this song. I mean, if that happens, then great. But it seems like their mission is really to reach people who don't necessarily know God. And so it's interesting that they're pretty much saying that Ciara has a platform of people who don't know God. But at the same time, Ciara is supposed to be a Christian. So how do you have a massive platform of people who don't know God? I don't know. Y'all can think about that. But that's the goal of this song, is to reach people who don't know God. And I think they're going to be successful in doing that. And also something that we got to understand, Ciara, she's been in the music industry for, like I said, I've been watching Ciara's music videos. I remember, I haven't watched them recently, but I do know the last song that she did with Lil Wayne and Chris Brown, she was on the same type of energy that she's normally been on in terms of, you know, shaking and moving and all that type of stuff, just to keep it PG. But like I said, I remember in elementary school watching her music videos and lusting over it, right? She's been in the music industry for so long. That's where she's made her fortune. And it might truly be a struggle going on inside of Ciara's heart. There might truly be a battle. I know for sure that there is a war going on in her spirit. And there's so many forces that are trying to pull her away from God. And this has been going on for years. She's experienced things that few people on this earth have experienced, from a fame and fortune standpoint, from an industry standpoint. She's had some experiences that have probably hindered her ability to truly submit her life over to God. But maybe this record, and maybe the success of this record, and maybe God can use this record in a way that brings people closer to him. Maybe this can really bring her to the realization that she can fully use her talents for the Lord and for the Lord only, and not for this world. Maybe this record can do that. Maybe this record can cause a shift in her spirit that could really get her on a path of devotion to fully just sell out for the Lord and give all of her talent to the Lord. Because the fact of the matter is, she don't got to do music no more, man. She's so rich. Like, I'm not trying to pocket watch, but I live in San Diego. I know that she lives in a neighborhood that is very, very well off. She's good. She's straight. If she never made another dollar from music, I think she would be perfectly fine. Like, she doesn't have to continue to do these secular songs, but maybe there's a battle inside of her spirit. Maybe the people around her are telling her that she has to do these secular songs in order to remain relevant. And maybe this song, glorifying Jesus, hopefully it comes out tomorrow, so we'll hear it and we'll see, you know, if it's truly edifying to the Lord or not. But maybe this song can get her to realize that God has given her all the tools to be successful, and she doesn't have to serve the world in order to be successful. She can just serve God and God alone, and God will give her that success, and it'll be so much more fulfilling, and she'll reach so many more people, and she has the potential to bring so many people to Christ. Maybe this song can do that. I'm just trying to be optimistic. Because like I said, it is what it is to me. It's a music industry. This is what happens in the music industry. You know, you gotta rub shoulders a little bit. You know, like it's the music industry. And when you are signed to a record label, you don't truly you're not able to truly create the art that you want to make. Because what happens if the art that you truly want to make isn't making money? Then you get dropped from the record label. So there's so many forces that are happening here that I think all that we can really do as Christians is pray and hope that this song truly glorifies Jesus Christ and can truly point people to Jesus and to Jesus alone. And pray that God uses this song in some capacity to convict the hearts of Ciara's audience, to convict the hearts of Hulvey's audience, to convict the hearts of anybody who hears it, to truly seek him and him alone. Not a person, not a celebrity, not a singer, not a rapper, but just to seek him alone. And I know that God has the power to use it for his good. And I think that's what we need to be praying and hoping for, as opposed to anything else, right? I mean, they're in a demonic industry. Like, just because you're a Christian rapper, like, you are in a demonic industry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what people expect. I really don't. He's a rapper. He's a rapper. And also, I think we all have to be mindful of our own discernment and our own conviction. If you listen to this song, and just keep it real, if you listen to this song, this Hulvey and Ciara song, if this song causes you or stirs up a desire in you to listen to secular music, then don't listen to the song. Because it's not beneficial to you. It's not beneficial to your spirit. It's not going to be healthy for you and your conscience. Don't listen to the song. But if you're able to listen to this song and it points you to Jesus and you can see the light and the edification within this song, then lean into that. If not, then don't listen to it. I don't think it's one size fits all, because everybody has their own journey to Christ. And like I said, you never know what that turning point might be. The turning point might be right now for Ciara, for it to really click and for her to really just sell out for the Lord. But let's give her that opportunity to do that. Let's kind of see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. Because like I said, none of us know the heart and the struggle that is going on in anybody. Only God knows that. And none of us are God. So let's kind of see how it plays out. I understand the frustration. And initially, I had that same frustration in terms of like, bro, why don't you just go and try to lift up another Christian artist? Like, you don't have to go to the world. Like, God has given you all the tools. Because, you know, you look at Ciara and it's kind of confusing, because it's like you say one thing with your lips and then you present yourself another way in your music videos and on your social media. It's like, I don't really know what's happening here. It's kind of confusing. But maybe this is a turning point that brings her fully to God. And this might be a part of her process. I don't know. Everyone's process is so different. Like, I gave my life to God, and I swear it was years before I fully said, you know what? I want to give everything to you, Lord. It was years before I fully made that conscious decision. And that was me not having any type of success. That was me not having nearly as much temptation as I know Ciara has in her life. So her process might look a little bit longer. It might look a little bit different, but let's give her the grace and the forgiveness as believers, as Christians, to figure out that process and get closer to Jesus. Let's not lie to her. We don't have to lie and say that everything that she's done up until this point has been a positive influence, because I know hundreds of thousands of men who have been caused to lust over her music videos. I'm one of them. But once again, we're humans. We all make mistakes. But thankfully, we have a God who forgives. So we need to be forgiving in that same way as well, without compromising the truth. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it again. I don't know what y'all expect from these individuals. I really don't. I don't know what y'all expect. Like, listen to the music. And this is even just, let's remove Ciara from the equation. Let's just talk about Hulvey. Listen to the music. If you feel like it's beneficial to you, if you feel like you're able to worship in some capacity and praise God in some capacity to his music, great, do that. But go back to God with it and check with God and test the spirits. If you listen to his music and you feel like something's off, you're not into it, you don't like it, it's causing you to have this desire to want to listen to secular stuff, then don't listen to it. But stop putting these people on a pedestal. You know, don't idolize these people. They're just people. They're just God's creation. Have we not learned anything? Look at all these, even pastors. Look at how many pastors have been falling recently. Huge pastors of huge congregations. Look how many of them have been falling recently. Stop putting these people on a pedestal. Take what you can from them and understand that they are imperfect beings who will always make mistakes. The main focus should be Jesus. That should be the main focus. So let's see how this song and how this record plays out. I'm praying nothing but the best for it, man. I'm praying nothing but the best for it. That's really it. Like, let me know what y'all think in the comments. All right. Like this video, subscribe if you want to support. I'm out, y'all.